So the idea is good, and I want you to think in phrases and perhaps give the words of someone introducing you to it. What did they actually say? What were the benefits? Huh? Good. Give her a hand. She thinks so with you. Now I want to hear a spy story. Now remember, you're not going to do the whole thing. But this is your opening line because this is the opening line of your 30-year spy story. All right, you stand up. This is your opening line. It was the scariest moment of my life.
Myself and 2 other agents had been sent to Nizhny Novgorod, Siberia, to extract a corrupt mafia Russian politician. And the mission had been compromised. One of our Soviet informants had told the local Russian mafia who I really was. We called the headquarters. They scrapped the mission and demanded the 2 senior agents to get to the airport, to travel 5,000 miles back to the American embassy.
Okay, give it in dialogue. Get the hell out now! What did they actually say? This is a dramatic story that can be even more dramatic.
They said, get your asses back to Moscow immediately.
Good.
And Agent Ramsdale, you will not be going back with them on the aircraft. You will stay and sanitize the mission.
All right, stop there. Okay, but don't you want to hear the rest of the speech? If that's the opening. That's your opening. Not the guy who wanted his money back. If you want a good look. That's the story. But is that a good opening? Now you know, if he's had 30 years, the scariest moment of his life, oh my gosh, I wish I'd brought my friends. And that's when they come up and say, oh, can you come speak at this group? Because I've got a lot of people who want to hear that story. All right. Your opening line is, what would the world be like without?
What would the world be like without tango dancing?
Great! Perfect! Perfect! And you see, you've got to laugh. Now, I don't know your speech, but the tango could then be a credible metaphor for anything you want to do with it. Fabulous! Fabulous! Great. All right. Your opening line is, remember the good old days when?
Remember the good old days when the worst thing you had to worry about was making sure you had a meal on the table for your family.
Okay, fine, fine. Now, what this is a way, if you have a speech that you always give, it's a way to fall in love and freshen your material. If you don't know how to start, it's a good exercise to come up with. Now, and all these I have either used or helped someone use. Real life. Because with the moment of what would the world be like, this was what would the world be like without television. It was at the American Payroll Association where the theme was around retro TV. And I gave the history of television. And then the closing line is, and what would the world be like for payroll managers without the American Payroll Association. Which is the way you get invited back. You personalize and customize it. Perfect. So that's an exercise for you. All right, what's the next S?
Soundbite statements.
All right, perfect. Soundbite statements. As you go through your presentation, some of the lines that come out of the stories, or some of your key points that are as a result of the story, become your soundbite statements. We have to imagine that somebody leaves our presentation and someone outside missed it. Oh, what did the speaker say? Well, he said this, 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 and told this great story about it. You need to be very careful. What are those soundbite phrases or repetitive refrains? Is it good enough to put on a coffee mug or a t-shirt? Now you know you got one. And that's what I work a lot with my sales teams at. What are these soundbite statements? And they're probably on in your marketing materials. And the best example I give of this, some of mine are like, there's a story I use, and the point is, life is a series of sales situations. The answer is no if you don't ask. And the real sale comes after the sale. And the first sale is to yourself. I was in the ladies' room in a Las Vegas hotel, just been to a show, putting on lipstick, a very attractive woman along the counter. Turner said, "You're British, aren't you?" Which I thought was a great observation. I hadn't said anything. And then she said, "You're Patricia Fripp. Life is a series of sales situations. The answer is no if you don't ask." She said, "I was in your FedEx audience 10 months ago in Orlando." I said, "When does the real sale?" She said, "Patricia, the real sale comes after the sale." And I said, "Who is the first sale to?" She said, "Patricia, the first sale is always to yourself." I defy you to meet someone in a totally different city, in an environment when they're on vacation, they had a few drinks, they're totally relaxed, they didn't know they were going to see you, you test them on the outliners. Then you've done a good job at taking the key phrases with your message and repeat them often enough that they stick. Now think from your own presentations. What would be a soundbite statement? Or what I would call a $100 line. This is a goodie. Any that you want to run by us?
Do you say lie or line?
Line. I'm sure you lied as a covert spy. We don't want line. Line. Anyone have one? Yes, sir.
Whatever you give to people represents who you are.
Perfect. Perfect.
That which is recognized and rewarded will be repeated.
And you can have this line, I use it in my management and leadership programs. It's not what you say you believe that's important. You might want to write it down. I give it to you as my gift, because I assume we will not be speaking for the same audience. It's not what we say we believe that's important. It is what we model, encourage, reward, and let happen. Yes, exactly. Actions speak louder than words. There's another one that you might want to use. It's my favorite leadership quote. General Eisenhower said, "Leadership is the ability to decide what has to be done and then get people to what to do." Now remember, it's not only the words, it's the delivery that makes it, gives people time to write it down.